Medical Intuitive Insights with your host, Dr. Gloria Warren, is a program that presents topics on medical intuition, holistic opportunities outside of mainstream society, and scientific research as applied today. Topics range from online intuitive readings to interviews unveiling alternative healing modalities and discussing them with inspirational leaders. Dr. Warren is the bridge within holistic arts while stressing the balance between the spiritual and physical self. So now, please welcome the host of Medical Intuitive Insights, Dr. Gloria Warren.
Hello
What
again.
if your body could talk? Would it be trying to tell you right now? Could those aches or pains or puffiness be more than just physical, or could it be emotional? Welcome, beloved listeners, to another episode of Medical Intuitive Insights, where science meets soul. I'm Dr. Gloria C. Warren, and today we're exploring something both profound and deeply human. What can emotional swelling, the mysteries way beyond our body's hold, express, and sometimes cry out through physical forms? Have you ever noticed how tension gathers in your shoulders during times of stress? Ever catch yourself doing this? Yeah, that's stress. Or perhaps how your body seems to puff up when you carry heavy emotional burdens. The body does not lie. It becomes a canvas for our unspoken emotions, our buried memories, and even our silent prayers. We had a show a few weeks ago with Dr. Patricia Broderick, a neuroscientist specializing in psychoneural immunology, where we discussed the interactions between psychological stress, neural processes, and immune system. Furthermore, in 2023, Bauer and Kuhlman outlined how immune to brain signaling links emotional states and inflammation, which can manifest physically in your body. Additionally, in 2017, Liu and his other research scientists demonstrated that chronic psychological stress triggers systemic inflammation. They provided summaries of how stress can activate inflammatory pathways both in the brain and peripherally. In short, the science evidence has verified how emotions can influence fluid balance, immune response, and tissue tension, like in your muscles. Joining me here today is Liz as we explore her story and how her experience may offer clarity and encouragement for those navigating similar connections. We'll examine new opportunities to ease her symptoms and consider paths forward that may inspire your own. Just remember, your voice matters. So we're inviting you to visit us with live questions, insights, and comments throughout our live show. Because we're here, and you are the star of our show today. Not to mention Liz, of course. We can't have a show without Liz today. She's going to be wonderful here with us. So we're here to assist our viewers and increase your power, energy, self-sustainability by understanding the positive truths about your health while based on our intuitive options on science. Now let's meet our star patient, Liz. Hello, Liz. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Great. Liz has
I'm
chosen not to have her visually on our show today, and that's fine. That's up to the patient, and we respect that. So thanks for being a part of our show today, though. How are you feeling today?
Thank you. A little better.
Yeah?
I'm feeling okay. Yes.
Right. Now, Liz has not told me anything about what her situation is, but she did send me photographs. And with the photographs, it tells me I can look into it and get a basic view of what's inside of her. I use medical intuition. I use my intuition. And I use remote viewing, the same thing the government uses for various things. So we have here, Liz, it's a verbal. Please don't shuffle things around. I'm so sorry.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Here we have a verbal HIPAA release instead of a physical form because you're on the air. So we're just going to do it this way. Therefore, Liz, do you grant your permission for us to conduct a mini medical intuitive reading right here on the show today, which will be available for public viewing and on the internet now and in the future?
Yes.
Great. And if just letting our viewers know, when a patient's on our show, we do not talk about extremely private things. Are you also open to discuss intuitive things, or if I get any messages or anything like that, as well as the medical portion?
Yes.
Okay. So just letting our viewers know, I'm a certified epidemiologist. I have health coaching master's, certification. I have lab experience. I have pharmaceutical experience. I have operation experience where I would assist. I have a lot of medical experience behind me too. So I use that with the intuitive so that we can put it together and help our patients. So
Okay.
today, I think you may have known and probably set it up in the beginning, but our main topic today is emotional swelling, where emotions meet anatomy. And Liz, what I did
Okay.
was I took your photos and I
Hmm?
checked them out, and I figured out what a good topic of the show would be after I saw your photos. And I just felt that that would be spot on for you, which we can talk about that as we move on, as we explore your story and how your experience may offer clarity and encouragement for those navigating a similar connection. We'll examine new
Hmm.
opportunities to ease your symptoms and consider paths forward to inspire you. So these are different things that we look at. So Liz, I'm very glad we have you here on the show. Here on the show, we did the verbal HIPAA. That is done. The process, the mini reading. She sent me the photographs, specific photographs she sent me. I think you sent them yesterday, correct?
Yes, I did last
Yeah,
night.
right. Just letting the public know, if you want to be on the show, if you want to be a patient, it is a free mini medical intuitive reading. This process only takes 10 to 15 minutes. That's a mini reading. So I can't do everything, but I'm doing something that stuck out, and I'm like, this is something we need to talk about. This is something we can help our audience with as well. So
Okay.
after the show, though, I will be calling Liz and perhaps filling in a few more gaps and maybe talking with her later on after. So I normally don't want to know anything wrong with the patient before I do a reading. I don't want my ego involved at all. So I'm just very happy to have you here.
Thank you.
So what are you expecting? I mean, are you expecting me to actually find out what's wrong with you?
Sure. Yes. Yes.
Yes. Well, yes. that's
Okay.
that's why I'm here. So absolutely.
Right.
Right. Now, some things that I mentioned, you're probably going to know about. And I see a
Okay.
correlation between things using my intuition and insight, my spiritual insight as well. And I see a correlation between your problems as well as what's manifested in your body. And I actually see visions too, which is
Okay.
very interesting. Some things that I'm seeing today, I can actually relate to. And I think I've actually, what they said, swallow your, um, I don't know what it would be, not aggression. It's not aggression at that point. It's more, I don't know, you just swallow your tongue basically and you just put up with things. So anyways, though, I'm just really excited that you'll be here. The other thing
Yes.
is we are going to discuss in the next part of this situation various options and reasons why people have physical things wrong sometimes based on their mental psyche. So there's a very close interaction between the anatomy and the spirit, or the psychology of what's happening in your mind. So this is it's just amazing, all the different reasons. We'll be discussing that in the section after we do a mini medical intuitive reading, and then we're going to move on to some of the ways that you can help yourself to ease the tension in your mind and actually move forward in your life. And I think that's something very important. I am a licensed reverend. I do a lot of ministry, so that's part of my ministry, and I just want to leave that on the table before we leave today. So let me say now, we are going to look at her pictures that she gave me. And I'm going to start a little early here. Let's start in this session. Let me look at the photographs, and I'm seeing she sent me pictures of her hands, both sides. Thank you very, very much. They're decent. They're good. I am seeing, by the way, I can see in some of those photographs, I'm seeing some parasites in the tissue of your skin, and in the depths a little bit. So, I mean, if you need to see those, I can show them to you. Are you at a place you can look at your pictures, your photos?
Yes, I am.
Great. Your left hand, the lighting wasn't really good enough to go into it. I do see
Okay.
certain areas, but I want to look more at your your right hand, because your right hand is in a much better light. So if you zoom in, do you know how to zoom in on your phone?
Yes.
Great. Zoom in to, let me find a place here. Okay, that's definitely. I want to give you a marker, so to speak. Let's see. Okay, so right underneath your ring finger, no, the middle finger, go
Yes.
straight down to your wrist area.
Yes.
And if you search around there, you'll see little tiny white dots here and there. You found some? Okay, so
I'm looking at my actual hand or a
no,
picture.
I want you to zoom in on the photos you sent me. That's the one good
Okay,
thing about
so
technology nowadays, guys.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
it really does help. That's why I can
Okay.
do some of this by, um,
Oh, okay. I
yeah.
see what you mean. All
Okay,
right.
and
So on
every
my
now
right
and then
hand,
I
I
see
have
that.
it.
Okay, those little
I
white
have
things,
it now.
those are actually
Okay.
little worms sticking their little noses out of your pores. I mean, just
Oh.
letting you.
Oh, I see
Parasites are
that.
normal. Parasites
Yeah.
are normal. It's not what people are like screaming, "Oh my God, I got parasites. I gotta cleanse, gotta cleanse." Well, you don't
Yeah.
necessarily have to cleanse. And
Yeah.
that's just the way it is. It's a symbiotic
Mhm.
relationship. We don't have to get rid of all of our parasites. It helps us
Yeah.
keep our immunity up, and that's a good thing, you know. So
Oh, wow.
it's kind of like, if you get too many, that's a different story.
Yes.
So that's when I, try to figure out better ways so we can get rid of them. But
Mhm.
what I'm seeing is a normal level of parasites. I went to the palms of your hands. By the way,
Mhm.
my gosh, you have a long lifeline. This is crazy.
Yes.
I've never seen such a long lifeline. I saw a couple of things like that in the pictures of your hands. But when I looked
Right.
at your feet, I am seeing some of it in your feet, especially your right foot. You
Yes.
know where your arch is on your foot at the base of your
Yes.
ankle? Now, if you
Mhm.
zoom in and then you scroll slightly towards your toes, you see all these little white squiggly lines. When you
Yes.
zoom in, those are
Right.
parasites.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah. I mean, there's cream
Wow.
and stuff. I can tell you what you can do, but we'll do that after the show.
Mhm.
Um, Speaking of the show, we'll be right back after the break to explore a special case study with our guest, Liz, and demonstrate a mini medical intuitive reading. We just got started. We just touched base a little bit. I wanted to start a little early. So, and don't forget, we're taking your live questions and comments. So jump into the chat if you want, or give us a call. Here, you are not just a viewer, you are also the star of our show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Mike Zorek, a three-time California state champion in Greco-Roman wrestling at 114 pounds. Mike, blind since birth, was born in Hartford, Connecticut. He was a six-time national placer, including 2 seconds, 2/3, and 2/4. He also won the Veterans Folk-Style Wrestling twice at 152 pounds. In all these tournaments, he was the only blind competitor. Nancy Zorek, a creative spirit whose talents have taken her to the stage and into galleries and exhibitions in several states. Her father, a commercial artist who shared his instruments with his daughter and helped her fine-tune her natural abilities, influenced her decision to follow in his footsteps. Ms. Zorek has enjoyed a fruitful career doing what she loves. Listen Saturday mornings at 12 Eastern for the Nancy and Mike Show for heartwarming stories and interesting talk.
Are you struggling to care for elderly parents or a spouse? Do you wonder if being a caregiver is making you sick? Are you worried about taking time off work to care for elderly parents and balance work, life, and caregiving? Has caregiving become exhausting and emotionally draining? Are you an aging adult who wants to remain independent, but you're not sure how? I'm Pamela D. Wilson. Join me for the Caring Generation radio show for caregivers and aging adults, Wednesday evenings, 6 Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, and 9 Eastern, where I answer these questions and share tips for managing stress, family relationships, health, well-being, and more. Podcasts and transcripts of the Caring Generation are on my website, PamelaDWilson.com, plus my caregiving library, online caregiver support programs, and programs for corporations interested in supporting working caregivers. Help, hope, and support for caregivers is here on the Caring Generation and PamelaDWilson.com.
Welcome back. I am so delighted that Liz is here with us today to shed further positive light on Liz's condition. We know that you, our viewers, will appreciate her insight and the process of which we're doing here today. So let's continue on here, Liz. Are you ready to complete this, get on with this reading?
Yes.
Great. Okay, so let me show the viewers what we're trying to do. I don't know if we can see that. So what I did was I marked this little mannequin guy. And I took some notes last night of what I actually was seeing, and it actually told me what the name of the show would be. So I started looking down on her feet, and I showed Liz in her right foot, the top side. There's some little parasites there. Right foot.
Mm-hmm.
I also showed her in her right hand. There's some little parasites on the top side of your hand. Remember, you saw that?
Yes,
And,
I did.
Liz, right. Now, that's not the only place. If I go inside, I'm going to see more of it. And that's why I want to mention your gastrointestinal inflammation I'm seeing. Some of the stomach lining, pancreas, small intestines, large intestines going into the colon. There's a little diverticulitis. There's some, as the viewers don't know, it's when there's little breakage or lacerations throughout the intestinal area. And I'm seeing that. And it's sporadic. It's like here and there and just about a little here and there everywhere. So my job then as a medical intuitive and doing the medical side is what can we do about this? So I also, though, wanted to finish and get a little more information. So then I noticed on the right side of her face, she's swollen up as well. Actually, let me look at that face picture. I just want to make sure I don't miss any of that. So on the right side of the face, when I saw your face, I'm like, huh, the right side of her face is swollen too. Wait. And then I started looking all the way down, the chest, the abdomen, the leg, the foot. I mean, everything on the right side is where all these problems are being plopped down and saying, hey, this is where they lie. And then I realized that's when a light bulb went out. That's why we have the title we have today, which is Emotional Swelling, where emotions meet anatomy. Right. The psyche makes your body actually manifest problems, and it's usually in one side or the other, not always, but it's interesting that when I've seen this happen with a patient, then I start looking at the neurological, the psychoneuroimmunology portion of it. And we actually went into that with Dr. Broderick a few weeks ago. It was great show. Couldn't get her on right now, but that's fine. We'll have her on again. So I looked at her neurological standing, the physical, and I found high stress situation, definitely. And that was a big concern of mine. I'm seeing it in the current day. She can get the fight or flight, where the synaptic response can speed up on the drop of a dime, or it can lay back low a little bit. But I'm not seeing it completely go away. So what I've seen that is in PTSD patients or abused people, domestic violence conditions. This is common in this type of scenario. All these different effects I'm seeing. Memories and fear are the other two things that I've seen. So there's a lot of the psyche involved here with that whole right side. Now, why is it the
Mm-hmm.
left side? Well, I don't know. It could be just the way your thought patterns run, and it's affecting your left side or your right side. And in this case, Liz, are you artistic? Are you mathematical? I'm seeing you're very analytical.
Analytical, yes.
Okay, so that's the
Definitely.
left side of the brain, and that would make it that. The left side controls the right
Right.
side of the body, so that's why it's all falling there. It's
Yeah.
overused. It's kind of like, hey, you want to practice running a marathon? Well, keep going after the marathon. Just keep going, and see what happens. It's going to
Right.
affect your body, right? It's not
Yeah.
just your mind; it's your body, and it's all connected. Everything is, and this seems to be a problem that people have from time to time. Let's see here. Um, it's a very common situation because we forget that our mind is connected to our body. The
Yeah.
neurons are connected to our body. Scientific research has proven that the heart muscle itself communicates with the brain through neural connections and not necessarily just nerves. There's another connection in ether, in
Mm-hmm.
space. There's connections like that they're doing a lot of experimentation on nowadays. And, it's kind of like, oh, my twin knows exactly what I'm doing. These things happen, and it's just the way life is. And it happens within our own cells. And we tend to forget that. So let me see. What else did I notice? Swelling, inflammation, GI, parasites, analytical. The GI I'm concerned with because the GI, like I said, it's affecting your small intestines, large intestines, pancreas.
Mm-hmm.
So what have you noticed on that line? Like with symptoms, are you getting any GI symptoms that you've noticed?
Mm. I do tend to have a lot of more frequent acid reflux.
Okay.
Would-
Have you changed
Yeah.
your diet?
I try not to eat real late. Like I try to have dinner at least by no later than 7 o'clock. So it
Okay.
does help. And I do take enzymes too and probiotics. So that helps too. To break down all the fats or carbohydrates and stuff like that.
That's good to know. Um,
Hmm.
I'm just listing some of the things that you do. Are you a vegetarian?
No, not at all.
Okay. So
Not at
what
all.
I normally tell people if they're having acid reflux, it's not all
Hmm.
about it's not all about what time you eat. Yes, that makes a huge difference. I do agree with
Right.
that. You shouldn't eat
Hmm.
within 3 hours of bedtime. Probably within 4 hours of bedtime, you shouldn't eat.
Right.
But a lot of times when see people are told, oh, don't eat after, you go to bed at 10:30, don't eat after 7. And then you see they sit
Right.
down for the last meal at 7 o'clock and they're done at 7:30.
Yeah.
It's like, well, but doc, I'm still getting this problem. It's not the
Hmm.
not the case. That's not what you need to do. But you do need to not eat 3 to 4 hours before bed. But you should
Yes.
drink some water with your food so that you're not up all
Hmm.
night going to the bathroom, of course. But
Right.
what I find is a main cause of acid reflux, what I've noticed in over time was um, not enough protein in your diet, clean,
Oh,
basic protein,
I see.
and fat as
Hmm.
well. Your brain cannot
Right.
function without fat. Your brain is fat.
Right.
It's mostly
Hmm.
made up of fat, not protein. But
Right.
you need to have that. Thank goodness Dr. Broderick explained that. I'm really happy she did. So, um,
Yeah.
so my thinking is for you, I'm gonna do a pie gram. I'm gonna do half
Okay.
protein, and then I want you to take that other half and divide it into 3. Okay, one is
Okay.
fat, one is vegetables, and one are other carbs.
Right.
Now, vegetables and other carbs are carbs. Even vegetables
Mhm.
are carbs. So,
Right.
just I just love vegetables. It's so hard for me not to eat them, you know? And
Mhm.
I'm sure if you put everything in front of me, the first thing I eat are the vegetables. I just love them. But then I go straight then to the protein. And usually my
Right,
protein, I'm not afraid to have a little of that fat because your body knows what to do with it. So
right.
keep that in mind. That's something that we want to make sure
Okay.
that you get a good all around. Does that sound like something similar to what you're doing now?
Um, yes, I'm a blood type O, and typically I know that blood type O people are supposed to have, more animal protein and should have a high protein diet as opposed
Yeah,
to, vegetarian. But so yeah, so I tried. Like last night, I had a bunch of asparagus with chicken, and that's
right.
all. That was my dinner. I try to stay away
Remember,
from carbs like breads and stuff like that.
I know it's a trend for people not to cook their vegetables long enough, but here's the thing.
Right,
The more you cook your vegetables, the more is
right,
absorbed into your bloodstream. The vitamins,
right,
more of them are absorbed. They found that only like less than a third of the vitamins were absorbed compared to vegetables that were cooked all the way. So you need to cook all your
right.
vegetables and stay away from
I
kale.
typically do.
No kale with
From
your
kale, yeah,
problem
kale is
there.
hard.
Right.
Yeah,
So the
it's
Mayo
very hard on
Clinic
you.
used intelligent collaborative systems to predict patient outcomes, but what they also teach us is that data is only half the story. The other half is your
Mhm.
heart and your brain.
Right, right, right.
When we as healers or loved ones listen deeply, not just to symptoms, but to stories behind them, the body's message becomes clear. Swelling,
Right.
pain, or
Mhm.
tightness may reflect emotions long unspoken, such as the sense of injustice, exhaustion, hidden grief, fear. I mean, and the list goes on. So
Mhm.
we need to consider what happened in our previous years of our lives.
Mhm.
I can see that you had a lot of strife. I can see there's still fear there. I can see that memories are causing a lot of the swelling on your right side. So
Mhm.
we need to delve into that a little more, maybe with some solutions in the next section of our show here today. So, you know, try to consider that and think about those things that you feel gave you that stress when we come
Yes.
back. So stay with
Mhm.
us. We return.
Okay.
We'll uncover what
Okay.
your body might be whispering through its symptoms and how simple awareness can open the doorway to
Mhm.
divine healing. You're listening to Medical
Okay.
Intuitive Insights. We'll be right back with Liz.
Master of words, powerful player. What life-changing words can Dr. Janet Smith Warfield pull out of her magical toolbox that just might mysteriously open a door you never knew was there? A door to free yourself from fear forever. Transform your rage into right action. Release your guilt. Position you into a life of freedom, purpose, passion, power, and peace. All quite suddenly, unexpectedly, and almost miraculously, with no effort on your part. Join Dr. Janet on Dancing with Words, Dancing with Wisdom, as she and her guests show you how words map our experiences, immersing you in a sound bath that relaxes your muscles, opens your mind, and supports you in co-creating your extraordinary life. Author, radio show host, and coach John M. Hawkins reveals strategies to help gain perspective, build confidence, find clarity, achieve goals. John M. Hawkins' new book, Coached to Greatness, Unlock Your Full Potential with Limitless Growth, published by iUniverse. Hawkins reveals strategies to help readers accomplish more. He believes the book can coach them to greatness. Hawkins says that the best athletes get to the top of their sport with the help of coaches, mentors, and others. He shares guidance that helps readers reflect on what motivates them, rediscover and assess their core values, philosophies, and competencies, find settings that allow them to be the most productive, and track their progress towards accomplishing goals.
Welcome back, beautiful souls. Before the break, we explained how the body speaks through emotions. Now let's go deeper in the sacred conversation between the anatomy and spirit, where healing truly begins. Liz, are you with us?
Yes, I am. I'm here.
Fantastic. I just thought maybe you could also get a good grasp on what we're talking about here today. And we just finished a reading with Liz, and it's basically on how emotion can get trapped in the physical being of your body, and how it can create havoc and cause these problems. In this case, it seemed like everything on Liz's right side is all swollen, but I could see in her mind there's a lot of stress. She's very analytical, hence the right side it affected. And it was due to a lot of memories and fear, but she has that characteristic. She doesn't need to be fearful, because if something happens, she could just switch it on like that and she'll have everything she needs. So I was thinking on going through some of the more finer things of what can cause these emotional loops. Okay, so when the mind gets stuck in rumination, they call it, or unresolved emotional loops, the body remains in chronic low-level alarm mode, which over time can lead to swelling, inflammation, tension, and imbalance. And I see this in Liz's photographs. So I see that there is still some unresolved issues. Now, that doesn't mean, okay, so I went through all these things when I was younger, and that I have to go back and deal with these people and say, it doesn't mean that at all. It means resolve it within yourself. Grow, know that this is your journey. You were put through these things for a purpose, maybe to help somebody else, maybe so you can go on and do something different in your life. I mean, the universe knows. Do you relate to that?
I do relate to it, but I think I know why. I know the reason
Really?
why.
Do you want
Yeah,
to?
I lost my son. I lost my son 4 years ago.
I
So
lost
I
one of
know
my
that has a lot
sons.
to do with.
Yep, I
Yeah.
lost one of my
So,
sons
and
2 years ago.
I only
So I
had
did.
I only had one son. I only had one son, and I have a daughter, and he was the oldest, and I lost him at 46. So I know that that really took a lot for me.
Yep.
So it's
You
probably
know,
why.
yeah, he's not actually gone or missing. I mean, he's there. So he's just
Right.
in another form.
Spiritually.
Right. And
Yes.
do you ever hear him? Do you ever talk with him?
Oh yeah, I hear him. I hear him.
Good.
I hear him. I do
He
hear
just
him.
doesn't want to leave then. Yeah,
I
that's the best
definitely
type
do
of
hear him.
relation.
I hear him saying, "Mom, Mom, it's okay, Mom." And I could hear him saying this,
Mm-hmm.
and
He's telling you it's
then it
okay
goes away.
because he's in a good place.
Yeah.
He's in a good place, and he'll wait there
Yes.
for you. There's a book called Many Lives, Many Masters
I
by
believe
Dr. Brian Weiss.
I believe he's
You
in
read it?
heaven because
Yep. He's in a place waiting
he's still,
around you actually right now. It's a part
you
of
know.
heaven. It's an it's a universal connective
Yes.
spot he's in. So if you look at a book, one of your resolution things I want you to do, a book called Many Lives, Many Masters.
Mhm.
It's by Dr. Brian
Yeah.
Weiss. Have you read that?
No, I have not actually.
Oh, you have to read
I've not
this.
read that.
Oh, he's great. He's
Okay.
a
What is the name
psychologist.
again?
I put it on your document. I will
Yeah.
text this to you, and I'll text you everything that I wrote here
Okay.
today. So, and I'm still writing. So I added that to your list. Dr. Brian Weiss, Many Lives, Many Masters. That's the first book of 3 that I recommend. So this is going to really open your mind. You will not be the same person when you're finished reading this. It's fantastic. And then let's go on to the other potential cause of this type of situation for our viewers. Positive inner states, gratitude, forgiveness, acceptance, release emotional tension, and support biological systems such as the heart, immunity, neurochemical capabilities, making the body more resilient for just about anything, even from temperatures, hot, cold, and this and that. So that can actually help. So the first one was the rumination being resolved. The second one is looking at using positive inner states of emotion, through gratitude, forgiveness, and self-acceptance. And I I think you just need to take some time outs too to do that more in places that are not in the same place that you're always in. And you can learn to do it in the same place, but you need to get away so your mind is in a separate place that it isn't normally in. So another area is self-worth, body image, emotional regulation, influence, lifestyle choices such as nutrition, movement, exercise, rest. So regulating these lifestyle choices that further mediate how the psyche affects the body. So does that sound like something you can work on? Or maybe it sounds like you're really paying attention to your nutrition. I know I put that pie chart there for you so you can see it. How's your movement? Do you do a lot of moving around? Liz? Oh, that's okay. So I think it was very emotional for her too. So we'll just wait for her to come back. I'll move on. Another thing that you can do to try and get off that path of continually thinking, it's like what I call the rat running on a wheel in your brain and just keeps going around and around and around. You got to break that and just change your mind. And yes, it's that simple. So if anyone tells you it's not easy, yes, it is. It's up to you. If you want to change your mind, and the body will follow. But you do have to work through things. You do have to do this all in gratitude and graciousness, and therefore the grace of God go I, and you will actually notice a huge difference. So the mental and physical health feed each other. Psychological stress can quickly create physical symptoms. Oh my gosh, I got a headache. I can't listen to it anymore. I'm sure you've probably heard things like that. So that's an immediate response. And oh my gosh, I'm getting a pain in my chest from the anxiety. I mean, you have immediate symptoms that may pop up, physical symptoms from emotional stress. You also have long-term systems that develop. And in this case with Liz, what happens is her stress being ongoing long-term, it's slowly cramping up the muscle and the tissue on this side, so there's less circulation to clear out the tissue to make it healthier, and then the swelling becomes inflammation. And there's a difference. Swelling and inflammation involves a pathogen. So when the tissue can't clear out, it starts to swell up even further because of the pathogen. Bacteria usually builds up. That's the usual one, not necessarily bacteria though. So that's something to consider. You need to change your mind. You need to decide, what are we going to do about this? Okay, well, maybe I'll go see Coach Mike. Maybe I'll talk to him. He's excellent. Or maybe I'll see somebody else. And maybe I'll get down to, we know what the problem is. So now let's see what solutions I can do. And that's why I'm trying to do here. Meantime, I'm going to read this for you. So let's take a moment right now to breathe. Slowly, deeply, intentionally. Close your eyes if you can. Imagine the swollen, heavy areas of your body bathed in golden light. God healing light. See the light gently, loosening what was tight, cooling what was inflamed, and carrying away what no longer serves your highest good. So let's pray together. Heavenly Father, we come before you with humble hearts, acknowledging that our bodies are temples of your Spirit. Where there is swelling, bring release. Where there is pain, bring peace. Help us to listen, not only to our minds, but to our sacred whispers within our own flesh. Teach us to honor the emotions you designed us to feel, and bring them into your healing light. May every cell of our body resonate with your love, your order, your divine balance. In Jesus' holy name, amen. So we have different things such as meditations. I did a little meditation there about relaxing and breathing in. We have prayer, saying a prayer. It's remembering and then saying a prayer, making things just change. And when you pray in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ and you pray, it's funny how it works. It does something. The healing light comes into your mind and makes things different. Maybe not completely. Maybe it's not your journey in this universe to actually be completely healed yet. Maybe there's still lessons you need to learn, but you're never going to know if you don't try. And remember, dear ones, healing is not just physical, it's relational. It's a relationship between you and your creator, between your spirit and your body, between your emotions and the wisdom they carry. So the next time your body swells, aches, or holds tension, pause and ask, what truth is trying to rise through me? What is its purpose? This is how we meet the divine within our own selves, our own physical beings, and where emotion and spirit intersect. It's great just to take those deep breaths. I believe in deep breathing exercises, deep breathing all the way in, arms up to the sky, lifting the rib cage. Inhale, and then add in a little bit more air and hold it for like the count of 5. And then exhale to the count of 6 or 7. Pick a different number, by the way. It helps. And you exhale slowly and slowly and slowly. And when you exhale, you push your lower rib cage all the way in. And then just a clearing breath and relax. And do 3 breaths in the morning, 3 breaths in the evening. It really helps your physical being. Another technique that I have in this type of situation, especially things with PTSD and domestic abuse or anything like that, is, you have to be in gratitude every day. Be grateful that you're given the day. You were gifted another day to keep going and do positive things in the world. Look at other people and how many people you could just do something nice for today. I have a friend, and every day he does what he calls a mitzvah. And it's helping other people do things, never expecting anything in return. And it's wonderful. He actually taught me to think more positively about every single day. Every day is a chance to do something positive for somebody else and for yourselves. So it's just another technique. Meditation, always good. I meditate in prayer, but there's other meditations as well. I'm sure you meditate in different ways. Even just walking and counting and walking and counting and walking step and step and step. And that's a type of meditation. Put your mind in a different place. Yoga, one of my favorites. I know, from my godchild from Temptation Island, Ashley Moore. She's amazing. And she is a yoga instructor, and she goes all over the world teaching yoga. Actually, she's going to, another exotic place this coming month to learn another technique for yoga. She's amazing. Maybe we could get her on the show even. That'll be a nice thing. But what I'm going to do right now is, you're tuned into Medical Intuitive Insights with Dr. Gloria Warren, a space for healing hearts, calming minds, and inviting the Holy Spirit into the wellness journey with you. We'll be right back after this brief message.
Are you struggling to care for elderly parents or a spouse? Do you wonder if being a caregiver is making you sick? Are you worried about taking time off work to care for elderly parents and balance work, life, and caregiving? Has caregiving become exhausting and emotionally draining? Are you an aging adult who wants to remain independent, but you're not sure how? I'm Pamela D. Wilson. Join me for the Caring Generation radio show for caregivers and aging adults, Wednesday evenings, 6 Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, and 9 Eastern, where I answer these questions and share tips for managing stress, family relationships, health, well-being, and more. Podcasts and transcripts of The Caring Generation are on my website, PamelaDWilson.com, plus my caregiving library, online caregiver support programs, and programs for corporations interested in supporting working caregivers. Help, hope, and support for caregivers is here on The Caring Generation and PamelaDWilson.com.
Master of words, powerful player. What life-changing words can Dr. Janet Smith Warfield pull out of her magical toolbox that just might mysteriously open a door you never knew was there? A door to free yourself from fear forever. Transform your rage into right action. Release your guilt. Position you into a life of freedom, purpose, passion, power, and peace. All quite suddenly, unexpectedly, and almost miraculously, with no effort on your part. Join Dr. Janet on Dancing with Words, Dancing with Wisdom, as she and her guests show you how words map our experiences, immersing you in a sound bath that relaxes your muscles, opens your mind, and supports you in co-creating your extraordinary life.
Welcome back, Kindred Spirits. I'm your host, Dr. Gloria Warren. You're listening to Medical Intuitive Insights. In this segment, we're going to just continue to explore how divine guidance, emotional release, and inner faith can align to restore balance in your body, your mind, and your soul. So, your diagnosis, by the way, does not define you. Your response does. And right now, you're already rewriting the story, not with fear, but with clarity, courage, and community. We're here to help you. You can always call me, 715-892-7500. So as we head into this final section, you're listening closely. Healing begins with awareness. So you need to be aware. What is causing your situation? Why am I swelling on one side? I think, Liz, you noticed you were swelling on one side, didn't you? Are you there? Okay, I think she's listening, but she can't respond. So that's fine. When we bring both science and spirit together, something extraordinary happens. The body softens, the soul breathes again. Now, as we wrap up, let's bring it all home with some final reflections, actionable tools, and a reminder that healing isn't just about heart. It's about wholeness, and it's not about just brain. It's all about oneness. So you are one living being, and that means your brain and your body and everything else in between. Okay, so let's finish this journey with clarity, courage, and compassion. Today we had a mini medical intuitive reading, 10-15 minutes on Liz. Let's see if she can answer us now. That would be wonderful. She said she's listening. So I'm going to assume that she doesn't have any questions right now, but Liz, please feel free to call me after the show, and I will talk to you a little more in depth about what we talked about here. Before, though, I do want to extend my deepest thanks to Liz and for being with us today. Your presence, your courage, and your insights truly brought us this show and brought the show to life. You didn't just join us, you made the show meaningful, real, and full of heart. From all of us here, thank you for showing up with such grace. Thank you, Liz. So, have you been waiting for a sign? You ever think that maybe this is it? We're opening our hearts and airwaves to a selected few courageous souls ready to receive free guidance, on-air guidance, that is, holistic insight, and soul-level healing. If that resonates with you, we invite you to take the next step. If you want a flash mini reading on this show, please send me a message in the comments or text me 715-892-7500. And then I'll ask you to do a few photos, send a few photos, and we can connect spirit to spirit and come up with a good expert perhaps to be on the show with you, or a good discussion that can help our viewers. Ready for a full-time reading? Full intuitive reading? Well, that can take up to 2-3 hours even sometimes. So, but if you want one, you would be surprised. I can even do an analysis on your home. I have another company's Sustainability Management Institute, and I do evaluations of environments for toxicities, from everything from food and home and everything in your home and people that come to your home. Believe it or not, it can be done. So anyways, coming this December, join us for Life Connect Retreats, a transformal gathering focusing on youth regeneration. You ever want to look younger? You want to feel younger? You're going to hear things there that you'll never hear anywhere else. This is scientific, holistic, everything together. Even the physicians are even there. It'll be down in that beautiful Mayan Riviera, Mexico. And why not? Go enjoy yourself for a week and get the information. You'll never get all this in one place anywhere. We'll dive into the latest scientific discoveries and explore everything in practices to renew your body, mind, and spirit. Reserve your space by texting 715-892-7500. It is very limited, so please, call in early, text early, and we can get that all taken care of. Gracious and loving God, thank you for being the ultimate source of restoration, for walking beside us every trial, and for touching our minds, bodies, and spirit with your divine care. We ask now that you continue to heal what is wounded, strengthen what is weak, and renew what has been burdened. May every viewer leave this space uplifted, reminded that your love is the deepest medicine, and that there is hope, always purpose, and always peace. Amen. So I just wanted to say, there for the grace of God go I. God bless everyone that could come and visit us on the show. If you know somebody that has these same situations as Liz, please, by all means, pass on this show so that they get to see there is help out there, and maybe a few tips too of what they can be doing and looking out for. We are here to help, and that's our purpose here, our general purpose on the show. So if you want any other information, you can always call me, text, and we can discuss it. So like us on Facebook, please. Comment if you like. Like us on YouTube. Pass on, share this video, and I hope to see you again next week. You take care. God bless.
This has been Medical Intuitive Insights with host Dr. Gloria Warren. Tune in each week as Gloria shares over 40 years of experience and yearns to provide knowledge derived from intuition and research. Wednesdays, 2 p.m. Eastern.